Yo, it's Thomas Anthony from FinishBetterMusic.com, and today I'm going to show you every single element that goes into a complete liquid drum and bass song. We'll go over the drums, the bass, the vocals, the leads, the breakdown, and the effects. And all of these come from my new single, The Scientist, that just came out on Enforce Records. I've also included a free drum and bass sample pack that you can download in the description of this video.
I'm going back to the start.
Now, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to one of my former mentoring students, Nesu, who has been absolutely slaying it lately. He just signed his latest track to Confessions. The song he made in the mentoring program just hit over 100,000 streams, and he just hit over 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. He is straight killing it. Now, if you're interested in the Finish Better Music mentoring program, there's a link down below where you can find out what everything is about and how to apply. Okay, let's get into the song, baby. Okay, let's look at this project. This is a behemoth of a project. There is a lot of stuff going on in it, but I'm going to break it down and show you kind of the drums, the bass, the harmony, the melody section, and the vocals. Now, I recorded the vocals. These are my cousins singing. As we can see here, I'll start with that because that's one of the most important bits. There was a ton of different takes. So like we took a ton of different takes. I basically narrowed those all down to these few takes, and that which took a long time. And then melodized them and pitched them for harmonies and ad-libs and all that kind of stuff. And even this one part like was pretty interesting where I did like all she gave me was this. And I ended up like reversing this and then stretching it out so it went like this. And I thought that was pretty cool, just to kind of fill in that last little section there. But again, the vocals is really, this is a whole thing in and of itself, but I just want to show you there's like basically the breakdown, the build up, and then the drop section. Now, let's look at the drums. So I have three different sections of drums here, as we can see. There's like the drop section, there's like the breakdown, and then the build-up section. And if you would like any of these samples, I made a sample pack with the chords, the melody, and the ostinato of the MIDI files. So they're in D minor. You can put them in your songs and rearrange them and use them for your songs. I've also included like this atmospheres, all these effect sounds. Birds, some more the bass sounds, build ups, hi-hats, breakdown, kick, melody, ostinatos, pads, pianos, more reverse sounds, and of course the snare. So if you want to download this is the link in the description below to download this DMB sample pack. Okay, let's look at the first bit. So I'll just play the whole song here.
You don't know how
so I basically just have in these breakdown drums, just a kick, and then a clap and a snap combined over top of each other. And this is just like a nice little subby kick, and I have the tops rolled off of that. And then when the song starts progressing,
tell me you'll see.
I just add a little clap loop and some hi-hats to kind of keep the momentum going. So I wanted to start out super slow and dreamy, and then build up the momentum, and then kind of break it back down again. All being filtered in.
Oh, it's such a shame for us to part.
Now the drum and bass stuff comes in.
It was easy.
Now, as you can see, I have a lot of layers for this drum and bass stuff because you got to nail the hats on the drum and bass stuff. So I had this, which I chopped up, and then this, and then this. To give that nice like speedy drum and bass appeal. And then over top of that I also had these snares going in as well. Just a simple snare pattern, and then that finally goes into the drop. And I'll talk also about the breakdown. So basically I have going in here, I just have these drop sounds that are over top of it. So between each section, I like to have just like little reverses that happen. And they just transition in between the two sections nicely. And then in the harmony, I basically have over here the main chord progression with the piano. And that's basically what I have for the chords. So just the chords and this pad, kind of making it nice and dreamy. But I also have this melody over top of it that's coming in. And it's slowly fading in. And then once I get to the second step, when the drums get added, I switch up the pattern here. And I put this up one octave. And I also have this ostinato thing slowly coming in here. As we can see the gain or the U to EQ. And now that's in fully, and I've taken out the drums.
Such a shame for us to part.
And I've also added in this section, I added like a cello and this vocal pad thing.
He said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. No.
Now also, if we look at the bass, I changed up the bass from the drums, from the breakdown section to the build-up, because I wanted a more thicker, subbier one in the breakdown, whereas in the breakdown I started to cut some of the lows off of it, and it's more wobbly. It's the same kind of bass that I used in the drop that kind of just gets introduced beforehand. Now, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, because I break down all my projects and give away free sample packs for everything. So if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. But yeah, and then that's basically everything I have besides the vocals, and I have a ton of effects in here that go over the that I have some ambience in the background. So it's just like some rain in the beginning. I have some thunder, also some forest ambience, and I was really trying out different ambiences. And then there's just like a bunch of reverses, like these breathy reverses, just to kind of tie everything together and give it really like an atmospheric feeling. And then once the drop happens, so then again, I switch up the drums again, and the drums are a little bit harder. Play them with just a nice little thick little kick. And in the drums, so I have these snares that I've layered up. So it gives a nice thick sound for those snares. And then on the hats, again, I've layered a whole bunch of stuff. So in the first part of the drop, I have these hats. In the second part of the drop, I layer these hats. And on the third bit, I layer these hats. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I've downloaded or transposed all these and affected them, and I've just put them into 3 different hat loops that you can download in the description below. So those are the 3 main parts of the drums. So there's pretty straightforward of just like a progression. So we listen to the drums and the bass, or the kick and the drums. Now we add in the bass, which is awesome part here, and I did a whole video that I'll link down below, or it'll be up in the cards right here, to watch I broke down all the basses and exactly what I did. But basically I have a thick bass at the beginning, and then this filters in to here. And then this one goes even lower. pretty straightforward. But then also what I did, so like to keep it interesting, so I have her going right off the drop. But I also have the piano playing just a chord. And then I also have this thing called an ostinato. So I basically have this for the first section of the drop with the low bass, this ostinato, and just those chords. And then I switch up the piano progression in the second. So it's like the quarter notes, but then I also play this melody over top.
Guessing at numbers and figures.
And it brings it into her verse.
Puzzles apart. Questions aside.
And then on the third section, I drop the bass down lower and then bring this back in.
Tell me you love
I
me.
have this pad added as well.
Oh, and I rush to the start, running in circles.
And then the only thing I do then is basically rinse and repeat. The only thing I do to switch up on the second drop is the vocals. So like instead of her just going, "Oh, take me back to the start," like this. So she says start twice. So this one. So I just switch up the vocal hook there, and then also I just switched up the ostinato. So instead of it playing dun 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 dun, I have it playing this instead. Before it was this. So I just switched that from the first one to the second one, and that's basically all I did on the second drop. And that's kind of how I kept it moving. So as you can see, like through each one of these sections, I'm changing up either the pattern of the chord progression, I'm adding instruments, I'm switching up the bass. So every section, something new is being added. Either momentum is being added or momentum is being taken away. And I did that purposefully to keep the interest throughout the whole song. I think it turned out really, really nice. So I hope you got something from this. Again, you can download a sample pack. If you want to learn how to mix this down fully, I have a free mixing and mastering course. That's about like 2 hours long. It's in that genre of house, but you can apply it to any genre. It's the same techniques can be applied to any genre. It's using only stock plugins, and we go through when and where to use the right plugins and effects, why a mixing plan is critical, the power of gain staging, how to process individual channels and groups, how to get a tight and controlled low end, and our mastering chain for clear and powerful masters. Again, this is 100% free. You just click it here, you give us your email, and we will and you'll get straight direct access to the course. Now, if you do want to go deeper and you want to having trouble with the composition part of your track and the mixing, and you want someone just to bounce ideas off of and ask questions, consider checking out our mentoring program at FinishBetterMusic.com. You just got to click over to the program area, and you can check out what the whole program is about, what our students have achieved, what it entails, and how to set up a free one-on-one call. So all you gotta do is click apply now. It'll take you over to this page, and this will just fill out the information that will give us all the information we need to set up a free one-on-one call. And on that call, you will be provided with a personalized feedback on one of your songs. We'll analyze your production methods and define any areas that need improvement, answer any questions you have about music production or the mentoring program, and we'll provide you with a custom blueprint to help you finish better music. So regardless of anything, you can sign up for a free call with us, and we will see where you're at and give you the plan to get to where you want in the future, regardless if you choose to work with us together or not. So I hope that you found that interesting. We are always here to help. This is what I was put on this planet to do, is to help people finish better music. So that's what I'm doing and to make my own music. So if you like this song, I'd really appreciate it if you just add it to your playlist, look it up on Spotify. It's Thomas Anthony the Scientist, and yeah, I'm stoked to hear what kind of sounds you guys use with your with these sample packs. If you have any questions, do you want to hit me up about, you can hit me up on Instagram. It is Tom Anthony. I answer all my DMs. So hope to chat with you soon. Okay, peace.
Hey guys, my name is Oshin, aka Neso, and I've just finished the 8-week programs of Tom. And yeah, I just want to say that it has been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my musical career so far. I've learned so much. I couldn't imagine that when I started, really. And yeah, Tom really give his best to help you reaching your goal. And there's a ton of way of doing it, but having a mentor is really one of the best solution to reach that specific goals. You can actually spend your money on a lot of things like studio equipment and just think like, oh, I need this crazy studio in order to make good quality music. But before having a crazy studio, you actually have to have a professional good quality music first. And don't wait to have your studio or whatever. Make sure that your music is professional first, and then you can consider having like a great studio or something, of course. Like to me, spending my money on knowledge, it has been really the best thing I could do. Now because of the program, I have like new banging tracks ready to be released, and I did all that with just my laptop and my headphone. And since I'm currently living in Ireland, I don't have like my bedroom studio here. So, but at the end of the day, you don't really need it like to make good music. Can just like make really good music with just like basic stuff. Yeah, and I couldn't be happier really to reach that level I wanted I wanted to reach. So if you're a music producer who struggle with something related to music production, don't wait until it's too late. Think about now and really guys, go ahead with this program. You really won't regret it. Yeah, I improve in so many ways in my musical journey. This is really the best program out there and there's no question about it. So yeah, Toms, I really want to thank you again for all what you've done for me in this program. I'm so grateful, of course, to have found it. We just need more person like you in this music industry. It's such a tough industry sometimes, but having you as a mentor really did change everything. And I'm really happy that I can call you my homie after this program. I've learned so much, but not just that, I also met a really great person. So Tom again, thank you. Peace out. Bye guys.